Why medieval people feared mirrors. In the flickering candlelight of a stone chamber, a woman gazes into a mirror, only to see something behind her that isn't there. Today, we think of mirrors as tools for beauty, vanity, or simple utility. But in the Middle Ages, these reflective surfaces were shrouded in fear, superstition, and mystery. Why did medieval people fear mirrors? The answer is more unsettling than you think. To understand the fear, we need to know how people viewed mirrors in the medieval world. First, mirrors weren't common. Glass was expensive, and high-quality reflections were a luxury of the elite. Most people, if they saw a mirror at all, would have seen one made of polished metal, bronze, silver, or obsidian. These mirrors didn't reflect clearly. They shimmered with a ghostly blur, more like staring into another world than seeing yourself. And in a world without science as we know it, that reflection wasn't just your face. It was your soul, your essence, staring back. Medieval Christian belief was rich with spiritual tension. People believed the world was a battlefield between angels and demons, the physical and the spiritual. Mirrors were thought to be dangerous because they showed what was invisible to the naked eye. One widespread belief was that mirrors could trap your soul. That's why mirrors were often covered in the room of a dying person, to prevent their spirit from getting caught in the glass during the moment of death. A trapped soul could become a restless ghost, or worse, allow demons to cross over. Mirrors were also said to be portals, not just to the soul, but to another realm entirely, the realm of the dead or the demonic. If you stared too long, some believed something from the other side might look back. The fear wasn't just religious, it was magical. Medieval grimoires, or spellbooks, sometimes listed mirrors as tools for divination. This was known as scrying, gazing into a reflective surface to see visions of the future, communicate with spirits, or uncover hidden knowledge. Practicing such magic was dangerous. The church associated scrying with witchcraft and heresy. In some accounts, witches were said to use mirrors to curse people, to send evil spirits into the reflection and harm the victim through their own image. There were even legends of mirrors being used to steal someone's identity or cause them to fall ill, a form of mirror hexing. To possess a mirror wasn't just a vanity, it was a risk. To look into one was to court the unknown. There are even medieval tales warning of mirror horror. One folk tale tells of a nobleman who brought back a beautifully framed mirror from the East. After hanging it in his hall, strange things began to happen. Footsteps with no one around, whispers in empty rooms. One night, guests claimed they saw a figure in the mirror, a woman in black, though no one stood nearby. The mirror was eventually taken down and locked away in a church crypt. Another tale speaks of a squire who became obsessed with his reflection. He would stare into the mirror for hours, speaking to it in hushed tones. Eventually, he claimed the mirror told him secrets, things he couldn't possibly know. Days later, he vanished, leaving only the mirror behind, with a crack down its center. Even today, echoes of these fears remain. We've all heard the superstition, break a mirror, suffer 7 years of bad luck, or the belief that mirrors should be covered during funerals, or the childhood game, Bloody Mary, where you call a spirit through the mirror. These are all distant descendants of the medieval fear. Fear that mirrors are more than glass, that they are doorways, that they remember things, that they reflect not only the world outside, but what lurks within. So the next time you glance at yourself in the mirror, ask, what else might be looking back? And be glad you live in an age where reflections are just science. Or are they?